Ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about something most men wonder, but few actually understand. How do you know when a woman wants to sleep with you? Now, before we dive into this, let's be clear. This is not about manipulation or assumption. It's about awareness, tuning into the subtle, respectful, and very real signs that a woman may be open to taking things to the next level. These are not tricks. These are truths. Here are 6 signs, in the style of emotional intelligence and feminine psychology, that a woman may be thinking about intimacy with you. There's a silent language women speak, one that bypasses words and settles into gestures, glances, and pauses. And perhaps the most telling of all is in her eyes. When a woman wants to sleep with you, she often won't say it outright, but her eyes, they'll say it again and again, every time you walk into the room. It starts with how often she looks at you. There's a natural pull. Her gaze follows you, not because she means to, but because she can't help it. Her eyes seem to search for you, scan for you in a group, or find you from across the room. And when they do, there's a flicker, a moment, something subtle but heavy. She may look away quickly, pretending she wasn't staring, but you caught it. That little flash of desire, curiosity, even nervousness. It's as if she's letting herself feel something before pulling it back into control. Then there's the way she holds your gaze when you talk. It's not the same as a polite listener or a friendly acquaintance. Her eyes lock into yours, focused, unblinking, almost like she's absorbing every word you say with more than just her ears. You feel seen, fully, and that's intentional. She wants you to feel her presence, her attention. It's her way of creating intimacy without ever touching you. She's drawing you in, slowly, quietly, deliberately. Her pupils may dilate, a natural physiological response when we're attracted to someone. You might not notice it unless you're paying close attention, but it's there. It's primal. Our bodies respond before our minds catch up, and her eyes become windows, not just into her emotions, but into her desire. And watch what happens when your eyes meet hers unexpectedly. There's often a flash of vulnerability, maybe a quick, flustered smile. Maybe she bites her lip, tucks her hair behind her ear, or glances down and then right back up again. These aren't rehearsed behaviors. They're instinctive reactions to feeling exposed. Eye contact can be disarming when attraction is involved. She's not just looking at you. She's feeling you, even from a distance. Sometimes her eyes will soften when she sees you, like you're familiar, like you're safe, but exciting all the same. There's a tenderness, a warmth, as though she's already imagined being close to you. She won't say it aloud, not yet, maybe not ever, but her eyes will say it every time. I see you. I want you. I wonder if you feel the same. In a world that's full of noise and empty words, her eyes are the one place where truth lives. The same way, to be sure, she's already there before you even see her. In a world that's full of noise and empty words, her eyes are the one place where truth lives. In a world that's full of noise and empty words, her eyes are the one place where truth lives. You just have to know how to read it. Because while her lips may stay silent, her eyes will speak volumes, if you're wise enough to listen. When a woman is drawn to you on a deeper, more intimate level, her body begins to express what her words often don't. One of the clearest signs lies in how she uses physical touch. Not in big, bold moves, but in soft, seemingly casual gestures that carry far more weight than they appear to. She'll initiate touch, yes, but the real giveaway is in the lingering. The way her hand stays a second too long, the way her presence hangs close even after the moment has passed. Touch is primal. It bypasses logic and speaks directly to instinct. When a woman initiates contact, she's opening a door. It might be the light brush of her fingers on your arm as she laughs. Maybe she playfully shoves your shoulder during a joke or adjusts something small, your tie, your collar, a speck on your shirt. It might even be her knee grazing yours under the table and not pulling away. But what matters most isn't just the initiation, it's how long it lasts. A woman who's not interested will touch briefly and retract, but one who's feeling a deeper pull will let that touch linger just long enough for you to notice. Will let the warmth of her skin rest on yours. Her fingers may graze slowly as she hands you something. She might keep her hand on your shoulder during conversation, not needing to move it, because in that moment, it feels natural to stay connected to you. Her proximity shifts too. She begins to lean in more. The space between you shortens, not by accident, but by desire. She positions herself closer, lets her body mirror yours, and uses that closeness to create a rhythm, her energy syncing with yours without ever saying a word. And in those moments of lingering touch, she's watching your reaction. Not just your body language, but your eyes, your breath, your subtle shifts. She's reading you. She wants to know if you feel it too, if the spark she senses is mutual. Because to her, touch isn't just contact, it's communication. It's testing the emotional climate between you without risking direct words. You'll know it's different when the touches are repeated. Once or twice might be innocent, but when her hands keep finding reasons to meet yours, when she's always nearby, always reaching, she's telling you, I want to feel close to you. In that lingering is her permission. Not necessarily to act immediately, but to understand, to know that she's opening a layer of herself she doesn't show to everyone. And that kind of touch, soft, subtle, slow, speaks louder than anything she could ever say out loud. It's not just flirtation, it's invitation, tender, intentional, and waiting for you to notice. There's a shift in her tone, her humor, and the rhythm of your conversations. At first, it's light, teasing, playful. She jokes with you, laughs easily, and finds ways to create an inside world between just the two of you. But as the connection deepens, her playfulness begins to carry an undercurrent of suggestion. Not always obvious, not always direct, but layered. This is a woman who's flirting with intention, using words as a gentle nudge toward intimacy, and watching closely to see if you respond in kind. She might start with teasing, poking fun at your habits, giving you a nickname, challenging you in small, humorous ways. But this isn't the kind of teasing that pushes away. It draws you in. It creates a spark, a sense of chemistry, the kind of interaction that feels like you're dancing with words. And in that dance, she begins to test boundaries, sliding in comments that are a bit more personal, a bit more vulnerable, a bit more charged. Maybe she makes a playful remark about how you'd be dangerous if you knew how attractive you are. Or she jokingly asks if you're always this charming with women. These remarks are light on the surface, but beneath them, there's curiosity, there's intrigue. She's not just passing time, she's gauging your energy, seeing if there's space between you for more. As comfort builds, she may begin to explore conversations about attraction, desire, or relationships, but in a way that keeps her safe. She might speak in hypotheticals. I wonder what it would be like to date someone who's good with their hands. Or some people are just naturally intense. The words may sound casual, but the delivery carries weight. She's feeling you out, seeing how you respond to subtle sexual undertones without making herself too exposed. Sometimes the suggestiveness will come through in what she doesn't say, the way she trails off at the end of a sentence, the slow smile that follows a loaded comment. It's the unspoken message that lingers between the lines. She knows exactly what she's doing, and she's watching to see if you do too. Even in group settings, her jokes may become more tailored to you. She speaks in ways others may not fully catch, but that you do. Coded language, inside jokes, quiet references with double meanings. These aren't coincidences. They're carefully placed signals. And most tellingly, she never truly breaks the tension. There's always an edge in her voice, a glance, a phrase that leaves space for imagination. That's where desire lives, not in what's spelled out, but in what's suggested. And when a woman allows that kind of energy into your shared space, she's not just being funny, she's being intentional. She's letting you know she's comfortable playing in the space between words, and she's curious if you're bold enough to play along. When a woman desires a deeper connection, emotionally or physically, one of the most telling signs is how she begins to prioritize time with you. Not just casual time in a group or in passing, but intentional time. Time carved out of her busy schedule. Time she could have spent doing 100 other things, but instead, she chooses you. That's not just convenience, that's interest. And when that time is consistently one-on-one, it becomes a window into something more intimate. She starts to seek out your presence in subtle ways. Maybe she texts just to check in, or sends a voice note late at night when she's winding down. Maybe she asks to hang out without a particular plan, just to be around you. But what's even more telling is that she begins to create opportunities for alone time. She invites you over for a movie night, suggests grabbing coffee at an odd hour, or even stays later than everyone else just to keep the conversation going. These aren't accidental, they're choices. Being alone with you gives her space to explore the emotional and physical energy between you without outside distractions. In a group, she might be warm and friendly, but in private, she becomes more open, more relaxed, and sometimes more suggestive. It's during this alone time that walls come down. She might sit a little closer, speak a little softer, and open up about more personal parts of her life. Vulnerability starts to slip into the mix, and with it, intimacy follows. You'll also notice she rarely turns down the chance to spend time together, even if it's short notice, even if it's late. She finds a way. Because when a woman is drawn to you, especially on a physical level, her instincts pull her into your orbit, and that alone time becomes her way of building trust, safety, and chemistry, all at once. There's also a shift in how she behaves during this time. She's not rushing the moment. She lingers in conversations. She sits in silence comfortably. She doesn't check her phone constantly or seem eager to leave. Her presence is intentional and present. She's fully there with you, because part of her wants to be, and possibly wants more to happen. And if she initiates plans that allow privacy, like inviting you over to cook, suggesting a walk at night, or saying you should just chill at her place. Understand the subtle courage in those actions. These aren't loud declarations, but quiet invitations. And they almost always mean she's comfortable enough to let the tension build in a space where it can naturally evolve. In the end, time is one of the most valuable things a woman can give. And when she offers you not just her minutes, but her presence, her focus, and especially her solitude, it's a sign that she's not just interested in talking, she might be waiting to see if you're ready to take things further. When a woman is drawn to a man, emotionally, mentally, and yes, physically, one of the quiet yet powerful signs is in how she chooses to present herself around him. Clothing becomes more than just a fashion statement. It transforms into a subtle form of communication, a signal of interest, an invitation for attention. You may not even notice it at first, but over time, a pattern emerges. She dresses differently when she knows she'll be seeing you. This shift isn't always dramatic. It's not about showing up in revealing outfits or making an obvious scene. In fact, it's often quite the opposite. Elegant, intentional, carefully curated. She might start wearing clothes that flatter her shape more. Her outfits become softer, more textured, more sensual in feel. There's a conscious effort to look not just attractive, but feminine. It's the kind of look that says she's aware of how she appears, and she's hoping you are too. You'll notice the small things, a spritz of a more seductive perfume, a softer lipstick shade, the way her hair is styled with care. Maybe she wears that dress that hugs her curves just right, or those jeans that you once complimented. And sometimes, the clothes themselves are less about exposure and more about creating allure. Silk, lace, subtle plunges, off-the-shoulder tops. Pieces that don't shout for attention but whisper for it. It's also about how she wears the clothes. Her posture shifts. Her body language becomes more fluid, more confident. She plays with her hair more. Her hands rest lightly on her neck or collarbone. These aren't rehearsed behaviors. They're instinctual responses when she feels the desire to be seen by someone who affects her deeply. And the timing of these changes? It's not random. She doesn't dress this way for everyone. It's you who brings out this version of her. Maybe she looks effortlessly radiant when meeting you for a simple coffee. Maybe she just happened to be wearing something a little more alluring during a casual meetup. But again, it's not a coincidence. She's communicating without needing to say anything out loud. Pay close attention when you see her in a group versus when you're alone. If she dresses with a more sensual edge when it's just the two of you, that's a strong sign. When she puts in effort for what might seem like small moments together, she's telling you, you matter. Your presence inspires her to express a different side of herself, one that leans into attraction and intimacy. Ultimately, a woman's decision to dress differently around you is her way of sending a message. She's saying, I want you to notice me. I want you to see me in a way that's different from everyone else. It's not just about being beautiful, it's about being desirable to you. And in that expression of beauty lies a quiet, confident invitation you'd be wise not to overlook. There's a moment in your connection with a woman when the conversations begin to shift. They move from surface-level topics to something deeper, more vulnerable, and undeniably charged. One of the most revealing signs that she's thinking about intimacy with you is when she starts talking about sex, attraction, or romantic energy, hypothetically, but with a tone and content that feels incredibly personal. It's no longer just casual banter, it's layered, intentional, and often an invitation in disguise. She might not say it directly, most women won't, but she'll test the waters with small comments or questions that seem innocent on the surface. Maybe she asks, do you think emotional connection makes sex better? Or what's the most attractive thing a partner can do in bed? These are not random curiosities. She's asking you to reveal something, and through that, she's also revealing herself. You'll notice she's comfortable bringing up intimate topics, but only with you. It's in the way she phrases things, how her voice lowers slightly, how she watches your reaction as she speaks. She's not being crude, she's being strategic. She wants to feel out whether there's sexual tension between you, and if you're emotionally mature enough to handle the conversation without making her feel unsafe or judged. Sometimes she'll share bits about her preferences, framed in a distant or humorous way. I've always thought confidence is really sexy, or some people just know how to take control. In a good way. These comments might come with a smirk or a raised brow, as though she's giving you a chance to catch on to the subtext. She's testing your awareness. If you respond thoughtfully, she opens up more. If you dismiss or trivialize it, she pulls back. She may also speak about past experiences, not to relive them, but to gauge your emotional intelligence. I've had partners who rushed everything, she might say, and it made me realize how important patience is. Again, she's not just venting, she's showing you her blueprint, what she likes, what she values, what excites her. And all of it is said with a subtle what if energy. What if you were that kind of man? What if you understood what she needs? These conversations, though veiled in hypotheticals, are rarely accidental. She's letting you into a space most men never reach. When a woman feels safe, curious, and attracted, she often starts exploring fantasy through language first. And when you're the one she's sharing those thoughts with, you're not just a friend or casual connection. You're someone she's imagining something more with. She's painting a picture without directly asking you to be in it. But make no mistake, she's already visualized how it would feel. And when a woman starts talking about intimacy in ways that are playful, personal, and present, she's not just opening a topic, she's opening a door. The question is, will you notice, and are you ready to walk through it? Now, gentlemen, here's the catch. Just because she shows the signs doesn't mean she's giving you the green light. Desire is delicate, respect is non-negotiable, and consent is the foundation of everything. But when a woman is truly drawn to you, her body, her energy, and her words will align. All you have to do is pay attention. Because a woman who wants to sleep with you won't always say it, but she'll show it. In the end, intimacy isn't just about bodies coming together. It's about energy aligning when the timing and the respect are right. Thank you. Knowing it's always there. You just have to wait and find it. And anyway, you do not have to find it. Knowing is always there. You just have to wait. When the timing, and anyway, you do not have to find it. It's about finding it. You do not have to find it.